Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and looking forward to a sort of family tree puzzle today. Very interesting. I've done one before with some sort of branching trees that were sort of family trees, but we've got another one today, and nodes in it are described as parents and children, so I'm looking forward to giving this a go. It's by Asvaril, and a very welcome debut, I think, for Asvaril on the channel, and let's have a look at this in a moment. I'll do the rules soon. But the big news is, of course, that our new Sudoku hunt is out as of yesterday. It is April Foolery. There's a lot of fake news around on the media these days, but if you want to enjoy your fake news, I suggest you try April Foolery, in which every puzzle, until the last one, has a bogus clue. You have to find what the bogus clue is to solve the puzzle, then you have to bring the bogus clue to the last puzzle where it becomes a real clue and solve that. It's a really interesting idea. I can tell you that you bring these puzzles together and packs together, and it's a very nerve-wracking moment when you then release it to the public. But the good news is that there's been a lot of positive comment already. Very well done to the dozen or so people who solved it before the day was over in the first 8 hours. That's a serious effort, to be honest, although some remark that there was a very good flow to the puzzles. There's some, I will say, the deliberate arrangement of the puzzles in the pack is in some sort of order approximating to difficulty of break-in. So they get harder, obviously, as you go through the pack. But that doesn't always apply, and then it turns out that one or two of the puzzles are more difficult even after the break-in. So do check them out. They're good fun, and the commentary has been incredibly positive, I must say. So thank you very much to those people who have commented already, and so kindly. But do join us on Patreon if you haven't already, as well as the monthly Sudoku hunts. There are videos for their solutions. There are some long Sudoku solves, crosswords, and connections videos. Very interesting connections yesterday in the New York Times for April Fool's Day as well. But we're not fooling today. We're on to April the 2nd. So no problems there. And I'm not fooling when I tell you that our apps are a fabulous source of puzzles as well. We have Domino Sudoku and Line Sudoku, but the latest, Fog of War, incredibly popular too. And of course, there's SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD and our merchandise on the links under the video, so do check those out. I've got a little mug with some pens in here, Cracking the Cryptic mug. And the links are all great. They'll lead you to fascinating things, so do have a look at those. Now, what have we got in Binary Trees by Asvaril? Normal Sudoku rules apply. So 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Circles and lines form binary trees. One tree is a min binary tree, and the other is a max binary tree. You see, there is one tree down here that is not connected to the other one up at the top. That's sort of encompassing the lower tree, and then the other tree is above it. So one of them is a max binary tree, and the other one is a min binary tree. And in the min binary tree, each parent node is smaller than its children. So if this is a min binary tree, that is smaller than those two. In the max binary tree, obviously it's the opposite. That would be bigger than each of those two. Digits on the tree do not repeat. A black dot between two cells indicates that one of the digits is twice as big as the other digit. That's a normal black Kropke dot. All possible black dots are given, so there is a negative constraint on the black dots. That means that these two cells cannot have a ratio of 1 to 2 where one is double the other, because there would be a black dot appearing. Okay, those are the rules. What a fascinating puzzle. Look, the trees are exactly the same shape as each other, aren't they? Very good. Well done, Asvaril. Let's give it a try and see what happens. Let's get cracking. So, this black dot sequence I know something about. There are basically talking about families in the trees, there are two families of black dot digits. One of them is 1248, and the other one is 36, and neither of them shares a family member with the other. So this group obviously has to be 1248, since there are four of them. So the two, it's clearly a sequence as we double going around this U shape. So the 2-4 will have to be in the middle of the sequence, and the 1-8 on the outsides, which is the upsides in this case. Now that means that this black dot doesn't have a 1 or an 8. It's either a 2-4 or a 3-6 pair. I'm going to pencil mark that. Now in this column we've got 3 black dots. So the cells not on the black dots are 5, 7 and 9. Simon was very quick in yesterday's first video to spot a 5, 7, 9 triple. And frankly, I think he would have been just as quick at doing that even if it wasn't an April Fool video. Do have a look at it if you haven't had the chance yet. It is quite funny, I thought. Anyway, the other black dots, I don't know. One of them is the 3-6 pair, but the other one is the other pair from 1248. This cell is in a sequence of 3 digits that all have to be different. Right, this is 2 or 4 therefore, because this 3-cell sequence either has to go 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. Because there are 3 digits in it and they're all different, that can't be the 3-6 family. Contrast that with this pair, or this pair of black dots, which could be in the 3-6 family, as those two cells could be the same digit. They're in different rows, columns and boxes. So this is in one of these circles. Does this 2 or 4 mean that this is the low end of a family tree? Well, not necessarily. That's quite interesting, isn't it? This could be the high end of a family tree if this family tree went 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be the min binary tree. Now, if that happened, yeah, it's possible. This would be a 2, that would be a 4, this would become an 8. But if this is at the low end of a max binary tree, then there are a lot less restrictions. This could be a 4 with a 5 here and a 6 here and 7, 8 or 9 up at the top. Yeah, I don't know what we can conclude from this. Maybe not very much. I mean, I guess this digit, okay, I was going to write 1, 2, 4 or 8 in this cell, but 1 is impossible because it's kind of in the middle of a tree. It's got both a parent and a child, and whether it's max or a min binary tree, that makes 1 impossible. Indeed, if this is 2, that has to be a 1 because you couldn't go lower as you went 2 more cells down the generations. And if this is an 8, that must be a 9, as you couldn't go higher as you went down. So if this is 2 or 8, that is 1 or 9. But this could be 4 if that was 2. Now, in that case, this would definitely be on the low end of its tree. And the 4 would therefore have a lower digit here because this would be the min binary tree. So in that case, if this was a 4, that is going to have to be 1, 2 or 3. If it's a 2 or 8, this is 1 or 9. So there are only now 4 digits possible in this set. And they are 1, 2, 3 and 9. I mean, that is a slightly complicated thing to do in this puzzle, but there we go. I've done it now. I guess this digit can't be 1, 2, 4 or 8. It also can't be 9 because it's got both a parent and a child. Yeah, I mean, basically these family trees work like sort of elongated thermos. That's how I'm now thinking of them. But of course, one goes one way and has 4 bulbs, 5 bulbs, at the diverse ends, and the other has a bulb at the parent end. How do we get any further? Are we using the black dots? Okay, I must remember the negative constraint on black dots, because that is going to come into play somewhere. I don't think it has yet. I don't really know. This is quite hard. I must also remember the other constraint, which was quite important, which is that digits on a tree do not repeat. Again, that hasn't come into play yet, but it could do. Now let's just think about this being high. Then this would go 4, 3, 2, 1. What are the ramifications? Very good word for a puzzle with branches in it, which is what ramifications originally meant. What other ramifications would that have? 4, 3, 2, 1. This would be 5, 6, or 7, and these would be higher. No, I don't know. I'm scratching around here to try and find some way to progress. Right, here's a little thought. This is, I said 1, 2, 3, or 9, but I don't see how this can't be 3. How many members are there in a family? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 9. Oh my goodness, I hadn't even seen that. Both of these families are the same, aren't they? They look the same. So the point is that the kind of grandmother digit here has to be 1 or 9. It's either the highest or lowest in the whole family, and there are 9 different digits in each. So that is a 1-9 pair. Now, 1 cannot appear on these black dots. Therefore, one of them is using the 2, 4, 8 digits and must include 4, and the other one is using 3 and 6. So we're selecting from 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and we're definitely selecting 3 and 6 in those cells. Now what? Yeah, okay, so this hasn't made any difference to the possibility of this being 4. Maybe it makes a difference to the possibility of this being 4. If this was 4 now, that can't be 9. That would have to be 1. And that breaks. Right. If this was 4, because these 4 digits are all higher than 4, are all one side of 4 or the other side, they can't all be lower. So they must be higher than 4. So we know this is the min tree then, and this would be a 1. But look what happens on this black dot sequence if that's 4. We get 2 here and 1 there, clashing with 1 there. So this is not 4. This is 2 or 8. Now this one is 4, and there's our first digit in the puzzle. And this is 2 or 8 as well then. Now, 9 minutes in to get that first digit. I mean, partly because I just didn't count the family sizes, which is my bad, clearly. Now, I still, do I know? If that was 3 and that was 2, this would then be 8. No, it's fine. I think that works fine. If this was low, on the low end of the tree, and that was 9, where do 1, 2, and 3 go on this tree? They would be confined to these cells. That's not very interesting. Wow, I still haven't really got anywhere, have I? I was going to say, can that be a 4? Yes, it can. You'd just get a 2, 4, 8 triple in this row. 4 is also looking at this cell again. Not very interesting. Okay, let's think a little more about 3, 2, 1. That would leave this being, okay, the 2 there would make this an 8, and this would be a 2. So we'd now have 2s in both of those positions. Yeah, that would be the right way around. This would be 1, that would be 9, this would have to be 8. I don't know what to look at in this puzzle. I'm getting myself in a bit of a lather now. If this was a 2, that would be a 3-6 pair. I don't think that would have much impact, I'm afraid. Four by Sudoku, because of those, can't be in these cells, so it's either in a pair there or a pair up here. Ah, that's quite interesting. If that was a 2-4 pair, because of 2-4 being here, by Sudoku 2 and 4 would be here in row 3. And that means it wouldn't be, you couldn't have a 2 in either of these circles. And that, right, I've got it. Well, I've got something. One of these circles has to be 2 or 8, has to be the number nearest that. Remember, each family has 9 members. So all of these, I'm just going to colour them for a second. All of these cells are the numbers 1 to 9. Now that means if this is 1, where does 2 go in the family tree? It can't go in any of these later generations, so it has to be in one of those 2 cells. If that's a 9, where does 8 go? It goes in one of these cells as well. Now, we've worked out this cell, because of this sequence, cannot be 2 or 8. So that cell must be 2 or 8. And now I've got a pair here. This digit is now 1 or 4. Has it sorted this out? Yes, it has. I think, yes. This is either 1, 2, 2, 4, or 4, 8. I mean, it could be any of those. But I think all of them explode the possibility of this being 2, 4. If this was 2, 4, that would be 1 and 8. And they don't earn a black dot between them. Right, so we've got it. This is not 2, 4. That's a 3, 6 pair. Now, well, we've got that. How are we going to use that? This is 5, 7, or 9 over here because it sees 1, 2, 4, 8, and it sees 3, 6. Well, okay, all I've got is that is a 3, 6 pair. I thought this was going to be powerful news and we were going to move forward. And that, not so, Mark. I've also got this 2, 8 pair in the column. But no other black dot digits to find in the column, so it's not as interesting as I wanted it to be, I'll tell you that. I thought I'd made a big breakthrough, and I haven't really. I've just got a little bit more done, as it turns out. Now, I might as well colour these cells as well, just so I've got a distinction between yellow on one side and blue on the other, and I just to help me talk about them. Now, if that was an 8, this is 5, 6, or 7. If that's a 2, this is a 3. One, if that's a 9, 1 has to be in one of these cells. But if that's right, never mind if that's a 1 or a 9, whichever extreme it is, the other extreme has to appear in one of those 4 cells. But that other extreme will already appear here, knocking it out of those 3 cells. Isn't that pretty? So that other extreme has to be here. That's weird. So that's a 1 or a 9. This is non-extreme. Now, what is that telling me? Okay, I'm going to look for the other digits. Am I of 2 or 8? No, it's not going to do me any good. Oh, I don't know. I'm having to use the fact that one of these family trees is min and the other is max, but I'm finding it very difficult to use that. If that was a 9, no. I was wondering about 9 in the top row. It's not very interesting. This is a 1 and a 9, both looking, I mean, they're a pair. See, the colouring I've done is maybe not conducive, actually, to solving the puzzle. Because I've just noticed that digit is going to be the same as that digit, because it's different from this one. So that version of 1 or 9 must appear in one of these cells by Sudoku now. No, I'm not quite grasping what I'm meant to be doing. I'm sorry. Oh, 4. Yes, I said this earlier, didn't I? 4 can't be in those cells and it can't be in those cells. Now that it's not on the 3-6 pair, it's in one of those. So now that is not a 4. And this isn't 2 or 8, therefore, which narrows down the field a little. 4 is already found in the yellow circles. So it can't be there or there. Am I using the negative constraint? Have I even thought about it recently? Not really, but I'm not sure where it applies. Can that be 4? I don't know. So maybe what other digits do I have left to place in yellow? I still have another 2 or 8 to go. It can't be here because 2 and 8 have been used in the box. So that other 2 or 8 is in one of these cells. And it's obviously the opposite version of 2 or 8 to that one. So one of these cells is 2 or 8. Now that means this can't be 4 because of the black dot negative constraint rule. That 4 would have to either join there if that was 2 or 8 or there with a black dot, and it doesn't. So that's not a 4. So we've found the 3-6 pair down the central column. This one is the 4, the pair with a 4 in. And that is 3 or 6. So neither of these two can now be 3 or 6 because they're lacking a black dot. So where does this digit go on the family tree? It can't go here or it would join to that. It can't go here because it's in the same row as that digit. So that digit on the yellow family tree is either there or there, which feels, again, interesting, but not conclusive. I was going to get all excited about how these would both have to be 3 and 6, and that would probably be very helpful, but that's not the case necessarily because that one still can be and quite likely is 3 or 6. Now, okay, there's another black dot issue here. If that was a 1, this couldn't be 2. Oh, we now know this is from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family. That's quite interesting, even though it's not a circle digit. That is 2 or 8. What does that mean for this pair? Nothing really. I just don't know. I feel like if this isn't a 1, this is a 2, 4, 8 triple. Yeah, I don't know what that means. If this is a 1, that's an 8, then this goes 8, 4, 2, 1. We get a 1 there. where does this digit go in box 5? It doesn't go here by Sudoku, and it doesn't go there because it would join that 4 with a black dot. Now, can it be here or here? This digit is the other version of 2 or 8. In fact, just by, I think I've worked that out before. There is a 2 or 8 in one of those cells because there can't be one here, and there must be the other one that isn't that one in yellow somewhere. So one of those is that digit. Ah, where's the other version of 3 or... Oh, it's really simple. I didn't see this at all. Oh, well done if you've been shouting this at the screen. Ever since we got that was 5, 7, 9. Where do 3 and 6 go in this box? Because they can't touch each other because there'd be a black dot. So they have to occupy these 3 cells but be separated by a chaperone. So that is the 3-6 pair. Oh, goodness, I've been so slow not seeing that. So this is 5 or 7. Now, maybe that's not going to help that much, but I just didn't see that. We've got 3-6 pairs beginning to proliferate around the grid a little bit. Is that the other one? I don't know. This is, I mean, obviously it's going to come between 1 and 9. If that's a 7, no, it doesn't tell me which way round we're going. Ooh, okay, here's another thought though. If that was a 5, this is 2 or 8. This is the digit nearest the grandparent. If that's a 5, where are 3 and 4 going to go? If that was, let's assume this. So I'm positing if this was a 5, and let's assume this is a 1. Then you get 2, I suppose you have to go 3, 4. And actually that's not very difficult to do. If that's a 5 and this is 9, that's 8. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was onto something there, and I really wasn't. I'm sorry, I do find this quite difficult. Both 1 and 9s, because, oh no, I was going to say that's a yellow 1, 9, that's blue, but I'm fooling myself. It's those two that are the different 1, 9 pairs. I was going to say none of those can be 1 or 9, but it isn't true. They easily can. Oh, goodness me. Okay. This can't be... I was going to say it can't be the other digit from 2 or 8 in this row. I don't have that information. I don't know. Really struggling with this puzzle. It's got me in its trap. Ah, that 3 or 6 means this cannot be a 3-6 pair. Yeah, I mean, that's quite interesting. These are from 1, 2, 4, 8, therefore. Now, what I was thinking was quite interesting about that is, if this is not a 3-6 pair, 3 and 6 would have to be 1 apiece here, and they'd have to not touch because there's no black dots. Yeah, no, the same. How about if that was a 3-6 pair? Then that would be one of 3 and 6, and the other one would be here, because you couldn't... Oh no, I'm leaving the circles out of account when they could easily contain any of the digits. Oh goodness, Mark, come on, think about this more rationally. So I bet you that's a 7, and that's an 8, and that's a 9, but... Do I have to look at these again? and the fact that all of these cells see those, it is quite interesting. I just don't... Oh, where does this go in box 1? If it's a 9, it's got to go there or there. If it's a 1, I suppose that cell comes into play as well. That digit, okay, I'm going to get rid of the yellow and blue colours because I honestly don't think they're doing anything for me at the moment. So I want to colour digits that have to be the same. So I'm noticing I could colour 3 6s against each other a little bit at least. You know, that tells me, as nothing else has, that this digit can't be 3 or 6 because it sees both colours. If this is a 3-6 pair, this is the orange one, and that appears down here. The green one would force that to be green to not touch the orange, which would then be there. Yeah, I mean, okay, here's orange in box 4 is in one of these 3 cells. If that was green, green is also in one of these 3 cells, and then those 2 would have to be 3 and 6. Yeah, the negative constraint's big here, and I don't know how it works yet or why, but it is big. Much bigger than I'd realised. We have to do some serious thinking about it. I mean, down here, where's orange in this box? It's either on the black cell with green, the black dot, or it's there, in which case that's orange and green, and we would know the order. And that would become a 3 or a 6. It's really interesting. Right, if that is a 3-6 pair, this is orange and that's green. Orange is in one of those cells, so green can't be there as well because of the negative constraint. Green in box 4 would have to be here. Now that would be 3 or 6. So I was going to say this would have to be a 5 because it couldn't be 3 or 6 anymore. And although that's true, it's not. It's true it can't be 3 or 6 anymore. It's not true to say it would have to be 5. It could be a 7. Oh, there's something about the family trees that I'm not grasping. There definitely is. I'm going to plug away at this. I'm very interested in the puzzle now. So be warned. Serious thinking ahead. Right, here's something massive. Been available for a while. I haven't spotted it. Where does 2 go in box 1? Have a think about that. Right, 2 is in one of those cells, so it can't be there by Sudoku. 2 cannot be here because there would be a black dot to whatever that digit is, whether it's 1 or 4 between those 2 cells, and there isn't. So now 2 in box 1 is in one of those 2 cells, and this baby in the K in the circle is not 2. That is 8. Now that's 2, that's the simple deduction, and that's 2 arising from that. But the bigger deduction is that this is now 9, because these 2 can't both be higher than 8, so we're going high the other way. So that's 9, this is 1. We know which is the min tree now and which is the max. That's a 9 on the top tree, no repeat digits, remember. That's now definitely a 3. 4 was on the high end, rather to my amazement. Now we've got the orange and green unwound, 6 and 3. In fact, I can even do those. Let's get rid of the colours, because job done and all that. Also, we've got a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. Losing its religion. This cannot be 3 or 6 in this row. So this pair comes from the 1, 2, 4 family, and this is the 3, 6 pair in the column. That can't be 2 or 4. Now, we know that this is a sort of extreme... Oh, I'll do it by saying there's a 1, 8 pair in this column, so that must be 2 or 4. What I was going to say is that one of these is a 1-2 and one of them is a 4-8, and that's mandated by this U-shaped sequence. Right, where are we at now? We've got this as the low end, the max tree. Yeah, let's think about the trees. Where's 8 on this top tree? It's in one of those cells. So one of these 3 is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 8. This is 5, 6, or 7 just by Sudoku. The digits we have left to put in the tree. Oh, we need a 6 on the tree, and that's where it goes, in fact, there. These are from 5, 7, and 8. And we have to be increasing as we go to that one, so that's not 5. That cell sees all of that 5, 7, 8 triple. It also sees 9, 3, and 6. Wow, this is 1, 2, or 4, and that is perilously close to deciding what this is. If it was 1 or 2, we would know that would be a 4, 8 pair. Okay, let's have... I want to sort of approach the bottom tree, but all I know about it is 9 there and 8 there, and frankly, that's not actually very helpful at all. However, 8's in one of those 2 cells, so it's not in this pair. Now, 2 must be in one of these 2, which is going to tell me that's not a 2, which actually I already knew. There is a 1 in one of these cells, as well as a 4, so that's Sudoku now. There is an 8 in one of these 2, and that's an X-wing. The 2 8's are used up now, both in row 3 and 4 and in columns 4 and 6. So there's an 8 in one of these 3 cells. It might well be on the black dot. 2 and 4 in this box can't be there. They're down here, and one of them is there. Is the other one here? Well, this can't be a 4 because there's no black dot to the 8. 1, 4, 2, 3, 6. 8 is in one of these 2 cells and mustn't touch the 4 beneath it. These are from 5, 7, 9, a trio that I have a feeling we will be sketching quite a lot, even in the further reaches of this puzzle. Now, this digit sees 6, 3, and 2. It's a black dot digit. That leaves 1, 4, and 8, but I can rule out both 1 and 8. 8 because there's already an 8 on the tree, and 1 because it couldn't have children that were lower than it. So that is a 4. This is 2 or 8. These are less than 4 now. They are from 1, 2, 3. That one can't be 3, that one can't be 2 by Sudoku. Where's 7 on the tree? Either there or there. Methinks... In fact, this, I think this is 7 or 6. If it was 5, there'd be too many digits from 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is 6 or 7. Not all that helpful. Oh, that 4 has resolved this pair. That's good. Well, it's good to a point. Ah, that can't be a 1 because of the lack of black dot. So the 1 in box 4 is in one of those 2 cells, and this is now a 2. The 1 in box 7 is in one of those 3. That doesn't decide about this digit. That 2 does decide about this digit. This now can't be 8. So the 8's confined to those cells. That is now a 2, 4 pair. Everything else in the column is therefore 5, 7, or 8. I was going to say this one can't be 8, but I don't know that, unfortunately, yet. I'd like to know it, but I don't. I was just thinking because of this digit, but that could be the 2, so that wouldn't resolve anything for me. One of those is a 2... Yeah, this can't be a 1, can it? Because 2 and 4 are there. They must be in those 3 cells, so they must be in those 3. So we've got a 2, 4 pair in this row. The 1 in this row must be there, because we can find 1 to one of those 2 cells in box 4 earlier. This is from 5 or 7. It can't be 8 because of Sudoku. These are from 5, 7, 9. Now, still trying to keep, and oh, that can't be 8 anymore, so we've placed 8 in box 1. Finding 5, 7, 9 triples everywhere, so that was what I was about to talk about. And now I've found a 5, 7, 9 triple down here by completing the columns. And this is therefore a 1, 3, 6 triple. And there's no black dots, so 1 is going to have to be a chaperone between 3 and 6. Excellent. Okay, so now on this family tree, we've got 3, 5, 7, and 6 to place. And I have just found a quadruple in row 7, 3, 5, 6, 7 quadruple. That one can't be 7 or 5 on the black dot. In fact, that's a 3, 6 pair on the black dot. This can't be 3 or 6. We've got a 5, 7 pair in the row, and that makes this cell at the end a 9. That's going to give us 9 in box 3, if I could type correctly. And that is probably going to stop there. One of these 2 is a 9. The other one in this row is a 6, I do believe. And this pair are known, or are known as a pair. They're an... oh, bother. Okay, a moment ago I claimed that there was a 9 in one of those 2 cells, and that is palpable claptrap. Absolute balderdash. There is not a 9 in one of those cells because there's a 9 in one of those. There's a 9 in one of these. These are an 8, 9 pair. So my apologies there. Don't know why I lost my reason briefly. It happens from time to time. Now, which way down are we going? If that was a 6, that would be 5, and that would be 3, and this would be 7. That's fine. Ah, there's a 5, 7, 9 triple in that row, so that is a 6. And then we can fill in the rest of the tree. And surely we've got some correspondence up to the top tree. No, only here. That can't be a 7. So I still haven't resolved the min binary tree. That's a 6 now. That's going to fix 3 and then avoid another 3 in the corner this time. That's now 6. That's 3. Feels like all 3s and 6s in the puzzle should be done at this point, but I don't quite know where 3 is in box 6 and box 5. Oh, I haven't got 6 in... yes, I can write 6 into box 2. That's the last 6 in the grid. You can always put the last one in. Now, that's 5 or 7. It can't be 9 because of that pair. This is a 2, 4 pair. That can't be 8. Also, this is a 2, 4 pair at the top. This pair can't be a 2, 4 pair because of that cell. Oh, that's become a 2 in its row. That's been there for ages. So that's a 4, that's a 2. This might actually finish off now. This can't be 1, 2 or 2, 4, so it must be 4, 8. That's a 2, 7 pair. That's going to fix this horseshoe finally. 8, 4, that's a 2. This is flying along now. 2, 4, I mean, it's taken a long time to get to a point where I could consider it flying along because I've been really struggling my way through it, but it's a very clever puzzle. 7 in the middle column is there. That's going to give me a 5 and another 5. That makes that a 7. That's a 9. Now I can do the last circled cells. And I think this tree holds together fine. It's very neat, isn't it? Neat. So good. 5, 9, 8, 4, 2, 6. That's a 7. Got 1 and 3 to place in the row, and I still can't finish those off. But everything else is nearly done. 7 is in one of those 2 cells for the column, so not in the corner. 275, that is 1 or 3. And this is whatever's left over in the box, 5. 624958, so that's 1 or 7. That's 1 or 3. There's only one place that can be a 7 in the row. That's there. This is a 4. I really am finishing off now. 1 there. 4-9 pair in the remaining unmarked cells. We've got, of course, I was just looking at this deadly pattern and going, how on earth? But there's the negative constraint between those two. So this can't be 3. That's the thing. There we go. Better look out for any more negative constraints. It's unlikely there's going to be many, to be honest, because of all the 5, 7, 9s remaining. There is going to be one between one of these pairs, but I must be able to do something else first. Oh, what am I missing? Oh, I'm missing that 2. Right, 7 and 2. Now, 2 is not allowed to be next to 4 because there's no black dot. That's how that last bit of negative constraint did work. That's a 5, 9, 7, 9, 5. Lovely stuff. So that is have a nice day. That's a nice message. And that is binary trees, a very clever puzzle. Solved less than once a day in the month it's been up, which is a shame, but thank you, Asvaril, for sending that in. It's very neatly done, if I may say so. I'm impressed by that. It's a good solve. I don't think I gave it the best solve I could have given it today, but still suffering a tiny bit with jet lag. That's my absolutely feeble excuse, and I'm deploying it instantly, and I won't be able to again. But thank you for watching, as always, on the channel. A pleasure to have you with us, and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.